We are delighted to be joined by Karen Demmery, who is going to be talking us through how to break down barriers.
But we know that if we're looking at making organisations safe for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, it makes it safe for everybody. My old people are generally rubbing their head because they're like, girls, you don't listen. Your old people are probably not much like that. So I'm the embarrassment to my family because I don't like anything that flies or crawls. And so this is about as close to a fire as you're going to get with me, because it's just like there's bugs out there. And so again, my passion for helping to be able to share my culture, but also to share how we can work together, was so incredibly important. Does anybody here remember the Cert Ones? And so for me, it's all about sharing how we come together and how those simple conversations can make all of the difference and help us to be able to heal. But I really want you to come back to you and start to think about what you do, because you are at the centre of all of this. We call it things like kinship responsibilities. So we have a responsibility to make sure that we look after those within our community. It was massive, and I was like, oh, Doogie, how did I miss that? I also want you to think about your organisation, and is it culturally safe? Is it a safe place for me to be in? So the management was super excited about that 60%. Oh my God, 60%. Let's park that because they already feel safe. Let's come over here to this 40% that doesn't feel safe. Your idea of inviting and my idea of inviting is a little bit different. And I'm not saying that you have to have somebody who's like, Penelope Preppy on the reception, but we do want somebody who is going to be welcoming and inviting. But fishing was not about fishing. Fishing was about building that relationship. Do you have a solid relationship with the community? Do you have anybody in your organisation that links with the community? Because, like, again, cakes, chocolates, chips, all that sort of stuff, that's probably more of me thing. What does cultural safety look like? If this was a really safe place, what would it look like? But you need to be thinking about those, because if you don't ask those questions, then that doesn't come to the surface and it doesn't get changed. And I was sitting at the table with this young one, and we sort of looked at each other, and you know how you don't want to go first, right? And so she's looking at me, I'm looking at her, and I said to her, go on, you go. And she was like, no, you go. I was like, no, you go. And she's like, no, it's okay, you can go. And I was like, no, you go. This was going backwards and forwards. This woman standing here, I'm sure she was thinking, please, somebody just go. And I got it in that moment that we want to be able to go into different places, but we don't want to do the wrong thing. So we do nothing, and in nothing happening, nothing changes. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.